on any properties owned or leased by a school district in the state of Arkansas. All Wynne public school campuses, including Yellow Jacket Stadium, are smoke-free environments. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, would you please stand? In accordance with Act 959 of 2021, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, if you give your attention to the north end zone, the cadets of the Wynne High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC are marching onto the field for the presentation of colors and the playing of the national anthem after the Pledge of Allegiance. The Wynne High School Marine Corps Junior ROTC is led by Master Sergeant Dennis Roberts, U.S. Marine Corps retired, and Corporal Jonathan Britton, U.S. Marine Corps. The cadet commanding officer is Cadet Lieutenant Colton Frames. Carrying the national insignia is Cadet Major Landon Simmering. Cadet carrying the Marine Corps colors is Cadet Sergeant Kristen Barnes. Rifle bearers are Cadet First Sergeant Ashton Reed and Cadet Sergeant Megan Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, our Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our national anthem tonight is played by the Wynne High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Trevor Giltner. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the Wynne High School alma mater. This time, with all participants of the summer youth football camp go to the north end zone. All participants of the summer youth football camp go to the north end zone. The Wynne Public School Administration, our high school, and our student body would like to welcome our opponents from the west of Arkansas, the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks. The Fort Smith Southside Mavericks come into the ball game with a record of 2-0. Their school colors are Carolina blue and white. They represent Conference 7A West. They run out of a spread. Their defense is a multiple. Starting at wide receiver, number 6. Number 6, Gregory Harrell. Starting at flanker, number 1, Isaac Gregory. Starting at tackle, number 79, Connor Anderson. Starting at left guard, number 72, Connor McCoy. Centering for the Mavericks, number 70, Jace Jackson. Right guard, number 50, Colby Branham. Right tackle, number 68, Nick Arnold. Starting at end, number 2, Grayson York. Starting at wide receiver, number 88, Jackson Davis. Starting at running back, number 5, Amari Tucker. And quarterbacking the Mavericks, number 10, Carter Zimmerman. Mavericks are coached by head coach Kim Dameron. Yellow Jacket fans, your starting offensive lineup for the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Starting at receiver, number 3, a junior, Siler Holbrook. Starting at slot or Z-back, number 6, Braylon McDaniels. Starting at left tackle, number 73, a senior, Will Booth. Starting at left guard, the sophomore, number 58, Wes Fuller. Starting at center, number 51, a sophomore, Gage Rice. Starting at right guard, a junior, number 56, Abdul Fall. Starting at right tackle, a junior, number 71, Daniel Boozer. Starting at receiver, a sophomore, number 15, Cooper Thompson. Starting at halfback, number 21, Cameron Smith, a junior. Starting at halfback, a senior, number 10, Dante Smith. Starting at quarterback, a senior, number 12, John Watson. The Yellow Jackets are coached by head coach Clay Toddy.
Are we good to go? Yes. This was one, right? Good place where I can sit loud. It's way down there. It's way down there in Lewis. I'll give you crap. Take one and go run up there and wrap it around the ball. Like it almost put it all the way out. Okay. You can see it. This one's it. We got it. Yeah, I can't be melted. I think you sit here. Like this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have to call the body. So you're going to be priming the camera when it's in already there. We're going to have to follow the dial. I can call them. Camera, you put it right. Just put it on the board. Yeah, put it on the board and shoot it up just also cover as much of that field as you can. Make sure that the scoreboard is in the center of the screen. Oh, a very pleasant good evening. We're here in Wynne, Arkansas tonight as the Southside Mavericks take on the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Southside coming off a big victory last week over the Van Buren Pointers, 55-28. They're 2-0. While the Wynne Yellow Jackets come to the ball game, they're 0-1 off last week. Lost 21-7 to Marion 2 weeks ago.
10, Carter Zimmerman. Number 50.
As we look at the game tonight, it should be a good ball game tonight. This is a game where the next 2 weeks for Southside, I think, will be very important. You playing a team that beat you last year, scored 73 points on you.
Number 4.
Then the next game, you're going to take on the Rogers Mounties that will be able to put the game into a mercy rule. So it's going to be a gauge for Southside to see how they're going to do for the rest of the year. As we look at tonight's ball game, we'll go back to last week's ball game.
Number 70.
Southside's Amari Tucker, almost 500 yards in less than 2 football games. He's only played 6 quarters, while Isaac Gregory, well over 300 yards rushing. So Southside really having a really good offensive attack here early in the season. And a great job, too, by the offensive line. We've talked about them each week and out, how good they have done. And want to give a shout out to Jace Jackson, the center last week. We were
Officials for tonight's ball
talking
game
about the
are
high snaps in the Northside game. He did such a good job last week of making the
Thank you,
snaps, did a
Governor.
really good job. Defensive side of the ball
Line judge
played well last week as Van Buren had first and goal from the 3-yard line.
Terry Daniels,
They were held to a field goal by the defense, getting some really good linebacker play
side judge.
from Evan Shelby, Braxton Canada, and Dominic Parkinson. And you look at this game tonight, Wynne is a team that kind of bouncing back.
Next
They
evening, we
have a
10 very
lot of
special
young
guests.
kids on the team this year. They only have 6 seniors along with
Arkansas
12
Board of
juniors.
Education
So they're very
Secretary
young, lost a lot of kids from what we're hearing from them when they had the tornado last year. So kind of a rebuilding year for them. But that being said,
Smith,
they're a very good running team. So it will be a challenge for the Southside defense tonight.
Good evening, everybody here in the Wynne community. My name's Jacob Oliva from the Department of Education in the great state of. And it means a lot for us to be here tonight to kick off the first campaign here at the Wynne High School. Everybody knows what's happened to this community back at the end of March. And the first time I met Dr. Moore, it was actually on April 1st, April Fool's Day. We were touring the schools and coming up with a game plan, and we knew right away the best thing that we could do for this community is to resume back to normalcy, get students back into school, come up with a game plan, and we made a commitment that day that we were going to have home football games right here in this stadium for the next school year. And to be able to be here tonight was a monumental task. But I will say, we would not have been able to do this if it was for some special individuals. And Arkansas has a recognition called the Travelers Award. And that's a very special recognition that the state gives to people that come to Arkansas from outside of the state to help.
Sorry, folks, we're back on the air having a little technical difficulties here. We're actually calling a game tonight that
And we were really
actually outside. We're trying to deal with the speakers and everything going on in the game. So we'll do the best we can as far as doing the broadcast. But you look at the game tonight, new coach here
catastrophic tornado
in Wynne, Clay Toddy, the former Rising coach, and
he reached out to
I think that was a home run hire for the Yellow Jackets bringing him in. He'll do a great job here.
then
He's got a very young team. He's only got 6 seniors and 14 juniors on the team. The rest are sophomores. And like we said, they kind of had an exodus of kids when they had the tornado last year. So it's kind of a challenge for Coach Toddy, but they'll be able to run the football. That's just a team that will run the ball, and that's what happened last year with Southside. Really couldn't stop the run, and you play a team like Wynne, and it's a game where you look at the 7A West, it's mainly going to be a passing league. Then you come up and you play a team that likes to run basically a wing tee offense, and it makes it a little difficult to prepare for in a week. So it's going to be interesting to see what Southside does to prepare for the Wynne offense. I think that's going to be a key in the game tonight. I think the key for Southside tonight, obviously, is going to be eliminating big gains on first down. Put the sticks behind them, make it second long, third and long for Wynne. I think Southside will be okay. And then also, hopefully the Mavs will get off to a good start like they have the 2 previous weeks. Get ahead early, put Wynne behind the 8 ball, make them try to catch up. And the type of offense they do try to run, that will be pretty hard for them to catch up in the ball game. The one thing we talked about too, and Terrell's not here with me tonight, but we talked about this the last 2 weeks, was running those big, long plays where you get 12, 15 play drives. That's key to be able to do that. But this Southside team has been so explosive this year, they really haven't had to do that. It's usually 3 or 4 plays, and you're breaking out, making the long runs. We talked about earlier, Amari Tucker.
I can't hold that at all. It's just me. Oh, that's all I hear. Sorry.
Yeah. As Amari Tucker had a great start of the season. That's great to see that young man bouncing back from his ACL injury last year. Has almost 500 yards in 6 quarters. Isaac Gregory, a big 4 touchdowns last week. We kind of joked about that a bit last week, that his time's going to come. Well, 4 touchdowns. He's got over 400 yards offense, passing, pass catching, running the ball, and kickoffs. Doing a great job. And those two really tore it up. And you look at the offensive line they've done this year. And we mentioned the big three, Cooper Anderson, Carter McCoy, and Kobe Branham, how good they are. But I'm going to mention Jace Jackson tonight. Jace did a very good job with the snapping last week. And as we've talked about in both ball games, the key to this offense is going to be able to get the snap back there, straight back there, not high, and that gives them a chance to run the offense. It doesn't take them out of their sync. And that's what they did last week. And just a very impressive effort last week by the Mavs. So hopefully we'll be able to continue that tonight. Another factor here in the ball game tonight is going to be the weather. It actually is really nice out here. Got out here, it's probably around 80 degrees, a little bit of a breeze blowing, and it's really more like football weather for this early. It's not one of those 100-degree days that we've had to deal with. So should make it for a good ball game tonight as Coach Dameron's team about ready to come out on the field. And here come the Wynne Yellow Jackets will come out first. And you can look at the numbers of the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Not a lot of kids on that team. They've got probably, just looking on the other sideline, maybe 40 kids. So not a lot of kids going to be playing for them tonight. And of course, Southside comes out. And every time I look at this Southside team, I just look at that size of that offensive line, and including that defensive line too, with Andrew Reeder and John Parkinson. Those guys look like, that is the one thing we always talk about, that you've got to have a good line on both sides of the ball, whether it be offense or defense. And that's what Southside has. And that's what made the difference so far. But then again, too, as I mentioned earlier, I look at that linebacking core. Evan Shelby, Dominic Parkinson, Braxton Canada, they're playing really good right now. And they're going to be a key tonight. And it'll be interesting to see what defense Southside comes out in. If they go to a 4-man front, 3-man front, you've got to figure they're probably going to have probably at least 7 guys in the box. Probably bring those safeties up a bit, because the number one concern for Southside tonight definitely is going to be to stop the run. That's what you'll try to see from this Maverick defense and Coach Cox. Be interested to see what he comes out with. And like I said, you're playing a team that you don't see a lot of what they run. So it's going to be a challenge to try to figure that out. I know Southside's had a whole year to really kind of think about what they want to do when they come in here, and it'll be interesting to see how they come out and play it. Again, a big game for the Mavs tonight. Really, when you look at this time last year, that was kind of what I would call the lull of Southside last year, is when you played back-to-back games against Wynne and Rogers, were probably the 2 games that we played that weren't very good ball games by any means for the Mavs. So you just got a feeling they're going to come out with some purpose tonight and play well. It's just about ready for kickoff here. Southside will get the ball first. Wynne won the toss, decided to defer to the second half.
He disparages where the game is based on myriad reasons.
Drop it back deep for Southside will be, I believe that's Joseph Kincannon along with Isaac Gregory. Actually, I believe that's Huggins, number 9. It's kind of hard to see the numbers back there.
Deep for the Mavericks, number 1, Isaac Gregory.
Actually, it's Grayson York, number 2. Here's the kick. It's going to be a short kick. Going to be fielded by Gregory. He's at the 30. Cuts it back to the middle of the field to the 35-yard line. Will get up to the 37-yard line. That's where Southside will start their only drive of the night, their own 37-yard line. It's been a good thing for the Mavs this year. It has been the kickoff returns. Gregory doing a good job. The one thing they do have to work on, obviously, is dealing with the short kicks. That seems to be what everybody wants to do, and which makes a lot of sense when you've got Isaac Gregory back there to return the kicks, because he's got the ability, and anytime he touches the ball, to take it to the house.
37.
Southside will start this drive on their own 37. Opening play of the ball game. Again, you got Carter Zimmerman at quarterback, 2 backs in the backfield. Tucker along with Gregory. Gregory gets a handoff off the right side. There's a big hole. He's going to cut it back. He's at midfield to 45-40, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10. A fall down, trip down at the 5-yard line.
Number 1, Isaac Henry.
Just couldn't quite keep that bounce. What a nice run, though. Be first and goal for the Mavs again, going off that right side. What a good job of blocking off that right side. Again, you got big old Kobe Branham over there working off right guard.
From the Yellow Jacket. 6.
Be first and goal at the 6-yard line. Here's a handoff to Gregory up the middle, cuts it back inside. Will fight his way down to the goal line. Going to be just short. That's spot him at the 1-yard line. Actually, that's spot him about 1.5. We'll bring up second down, second goal from the 2-yard line. Good opening drive for the Mavs. Big play early. Again, Southside goes with 2 backs. You got Tucker along with Gregory, the workhorse so far on this drive with 2 carries. Here's a handoff to Tucker. Goes up the middle. Touchdown, Southside.
On 2nd and goal, touchdown, Mavericks.
Yeah, when I mentioned that line too, I definitely want to give a shout out as Grayson York will attempt the extra point. Playing right tackle is Nick Arnold. Did a good job over there helping Brandon open the hole up. His extra point is up and it's good. Southside leads 7-zip. That was a really nice 3-play drive, as we kind of joked about in the pregame, was the fact that Southside not running a lot of those 15-play drives because they've been so busy making these long runs. That was a big run there by Mason Gregory to get him going. It was a 57-yard run by Gregory. Really set that up. Southside now will kick off to the Wynne Yellow Jackets, and I think this is going to be where you've got your game of chess going here. Going to be very interested to see how Southside comes out and plays this wing tee offense that Coach Clay Toddy will bring out. Again, Grayson York will kick off for the Mavs. You got Siler Holbrook deep.
Number 2.
Along with Braylon McDowell.
For the Mavericks.
You flanking McDowell on the other side is, that's number 9, Noah Hart.
Deep for the Yellow Jackets, number 3, Siler Holbrook, number 6, Braylon McDowell.
Here's a kick by York. It's going to be a good kick. Going to go into the end zone. That was a dangerous ball right there. Had a little bit of backspin on it. It does go to the end zone. That's the best play you can have. Be 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They'll start their first drive of the night. They're on 20-yard line. Like I said, going to be ready to see what kind of defense the Mavs going to come out here. Looks like they're going to go with a looks like it's going to be a 4-man front.
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets from the Yellow Jackets.
As we'll have Quan Torrey along with Nathan Clark working your tackle positions, with John Parkinson along with Andrew Reeder at the ends. It's a stack formation. Here's a handoff up the middle. He's going to be hit and knocked after about a 3-yard gain. That's Don Parkinson getting off the pile along with
21.
Evan Shelby. Shelby, big game last week. He's your middle backer, doing a great job this year. Really does what your middle backer ought to do. Is, if you look at the stats, he's always double-digit tackles every ball game. Brings that 2nd down, 2nd and 6 for the Yellow Jackets. Here's another inside handoff, and he's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Good job by the left side of that defensive line. Gets a pretty good spot on the play. They hit him at about the 22. They're going to mark it back at the 24. Bring up a big 3rd down here for the Yellow Jackets. We've got 10:09 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads early 7-zip. This will be the interesting thing. You've got to make sure your corners will probably be playing a lot of man coverage. You got to make sure somebody doesn't slip out of that backfield. Now they'll bring a man in motion. It's going to be a pitch to the motion man. He's going to get the 1st down as he crosses the 30-yard line. That's Dante Smith for the 1st down. Again, that's going to be a key in this ball game. It's going to be the ability to stop. Southside did what they wanted to do. You put them in 3rd and long. It was 3rd and 6, but they get a nice job working the ball out. That was John Watson really doing a good job of timing that option play, getting that pitch out for the 1st down. Be 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line. So Watson calls signals. Here's a snap, going to hand it to the inside back. He's going to be hit after about a 3, maybe 4-yard gain.
21, Cameron Smith on the carry.
No, a lot there is Joseph Concannon comes up and makes the play for Southside.
2nd down and 7.
That was Dante Smith on the carry. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7. This will be the 5th play of the opening drive.
2nd and 7 for the
Yellow Jackets. Southside took the opening kickoff, went 3 plays, 63 yards for the touchdown. 2-yard touchdown scamper by Amari Tucker. Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 7. Here's an inside handoff to Smith. He gets to the outside, will fight his way forward. He's going to have another first down. Good hard run by Dante Smith.
Number 10, Dante Smith on the carry. Gain of 8, first and 10 Yellow Jackets.
They'll spot the ball at the 44-yard line. They'll find something off that right side. That's two plays that Smith has run off the right side. Mavs doing a pretty good job of really eliminating the middle runs. They're kind of hitting us on the outside right now, so that's going to be a key is to get that stopped. Again, it's basically a wing tee offense. You have almost everybody in the backfield, so they bring guys in motion, so you never really know at any time who might have the football. Again, first and 10. Here's an inside handoff, and he's going to be hit and dropped after about a 3, maybe 4-yard gain.
21, Cameron Smith on the carry.
It's Cameron
Gain
Smith.
of 4.
Cameron Smith on the
Second
carry.
down and 6.
So one thing Southside's going to have to do here early is they're struggling just a bit. Once they make contact, Yellow Jackets doing a good job of breaking tackles, getting positive yardage.
Second and 6 for the Yellow Jackets from the Yellow Jacket 48.
This will be the 7th play of the opening drive that started on their own 20-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. They have two backs in the backfield. They'll go to the left side, and he's going to be hit and dropped. They give Joseph Cannon on that, comes up there and really bust up the play. Don Parkinson cleans it up for the Mavs. Bring up third down, third and about 4. Going to be interesting to see, too, what Coach Clay Toddy does if they don't get the first down here. You're right at midfield, so, you know, probably depending on what they gain on this play will determine what they do on fourth down. But so far, determined to run the football. Again, they'll play a stack formation. Go 2 tight ends. You've got a wing back and 2 running backs. Swatson calls out signals, takes a snap. Here's an inside handoff to Smith. He's going to be hit. Not much there. Maybe a yard on the play. Southside does a great job of reacting to the play. We'll bring up fourth down. Again, that was Dante Smith on the carry. Looks like they're going to go for it here.
Dante Smith on the carry, gain of 1, 4th and 3.
And you're going to see that with the teams, I think, a lot this year. We saw that with Van Buren trying to do some things because this outside offense so far this year has been very dominant. So you really don't want to give them the ball back. I know Coach Toddy's probably seen the films of Southside starting to drive on their 5-yard line, inside their 20-yard line, and just tearing up yardage. So it'll be fourth down, 4th and about 3, as Watson calls out signals. Now he's got a man in motion. He's going to pitch it to the motion man. There's Southside getting there. Big John Parkinson makes the play. No gain. Southside ball.
Number 7, Christian Wren on the carry. Mavericks hold on down.
It was Christian Wren on the carry. Good job. That'd been a play that's been working for the Yellow Jackets so far tonight, is trying to run that outside. But John Parkinson's able to get around his blocker, make the play for Southside, made a good sure tackle. Really, they'll give him a gain of 1 on the play. Southside will start this drive at their own 49-yard line. Opening drive, they went 3 plays, 63 yards for a touchdown, a 2-yard touchdown run by Amari Tucker. Set up by a 57-yard run by Isaac Gregory. Southside wants to throw here. It's going to throw the ball. It's going to be incomplete to Jackson Davis on the sidelines.
Number 10, Zimmerman's pass is incomplete.
Mavs getting him a different look there. Bring up second down, 2nd and 10.
Second and 10 for Southside from the Southside 49.
See if they can turn me up a little bit. See if they can turn me up a little bit.
Be second down. Here's a handoff up the middle. That's Tucker going to gain about 8. He's going to be hit after the play. Brings up third down, 3rd and 3. A 3rd down, 3 for the Mavs as they'll check George Harrell out of the ball game.
Tucker on the carry, 3rd and 2.
Second in, be Wilson Key at receiver. Southside goes with 2 backs in the backfield. You got Tucker along with Gregory. Here's a high snap. He's going to be hit, dropped in the backfield. No gain for Zimmerman. Decision time for the Mavs. I believe they'll go ahead in this situation, losing yardage on that play. They'll probably go ahead and punt the ball away. It'll be 4th down, 4th and about 7. Again, we go back to the high snaps. That's going to be a key. Is it really takes you out of your rhythm. You're running the play, and then it kind of slows things down. But that's going to be
number 2.
it's going to be a work in progress. So I think over time that's going to really work itself out. As Jace Jackson did a really nice job last week. As Grayson York will punt the ball away. Here's his punt. It's a good punt that's going to hit and going to take a south side. Well, actually takes a bounce back and will be down at about the 17-yard line. That's where Wynne will start this drive.
Maverick punt is down at the 17-yard line of the Yellow Jacket.
Mavs getting a little creative on first down, throwing a pass. They were able to run the ball really good, but I know Coach Dameron's really wanting, especially in game situations, he's wanting to work on some passing if he can by all means, because that's going to be something that as the season goes on, it's going to be very important to be able to pass the football because you can't depend on the run when you get in the rugged 7A West. It'll be there, but it's also going to have some passing to really open up the run. Here's an inside handoff. He's got a big hole up the middle. The ball's on the ground. Still on the ground. Southside has it. I believe that was Braxton Canada getting off the pile with the ball. Had 2 opportunities maybe to get the ball there, and Canada's able to get the ball. Is got a hand in there to knock the ball away. Be great field position for the Mavs. They'll start this drive on the Wynne 43-yard line. This will be their 3rd possession of the first
10 for the Mavericks.
quarter. Got 4:45 to go here. Going to be a nice night for football. As the temp's going to drop just a little bit. And just looking at the stadium, this is a stadium that was hit by the tornado. Done a lot of repairs to it just to be able to play a football game here. They got the lights, those kind of lights that actually beam down to where you don't have to worry about getting in your eyes. And here's a keeper by Zimmerman off the right side. Has a big hole. He's at the 20. Cuts it back inside down to the 10. That's been a
number 10, Carter Zimmerman.
Very nice play for the Mavs all year. They work off those running backs and then give the ball to the quarterback, keeps it. He's made some nice plays. A good run by Zimmerman.
10 for the Mavericks.
They'll spot the ball
11.
Inside the 11-yard line, be 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Tucker. Cuts that back inside. We'll get the end zone. Touchdown, Southside.
Flag on the play.
During the run, holding, offense, number 68, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Got a holding call on the Mavs. That'll bring that back, negate that run. Trying to see where they spotted the ball at. They'll move it back to the 21-yard line. They'll make it 1st and 20 from the 21-yard line.
10-yard penalty against the Mavericks for holding. 1st and 20.
Mavs going to get a different look here as they've got kind of a strong left formation with Gregory in the backfield. As Zimmerman wants to throw the ball, has an open receiver. Touchdown, Southside. Grayson York. Very nice pitch and catch.
Number 10, Carter Zimmerman passing complete for a touchdown of 20 yards.
Southside now leads 13-zip pending the extra point. Another nice drive for the Mavs. That was actually a 2-play drive. You take away the penalty, 2 big plays on the drive, a 33-yard run by Carter Zimmerman, followed up by a 21-yard touchdown pass from Zimmerman to Grayson York. Southside now leads 14-zip.
Point after. But number 2, Grayson York is good. 4:17 to play in the first quarter. Score stands. Fort Smith Southside Mavericks 14. Wynne Yellow Jacket 0.
Mavericks take care of the turnover, take advantage of that, and go down and get a quick score. And again, it's a lot like what we saw last week. Southside's first possession, they started at the 37-yard line. 3 plays, 63 yards for the touchdown. This time it's 2 plays. They go 43 yards for the touchdown. So you've got that quick strike offense hitting quick. And that's one reason, too, you'll see Coach Dameron trying some different things out there, trying to throw the pass because he knows he's got the ability to run the football. And you see that early here in the ball game. And, you try some different things. But that was just a really nice pitch and catch. Zimmerman to Grayson York. York had about 1 or 2 steps on the defender. And Zimmerman put the ball right where you got to put it for an easy touchdown. As York will kick off for the Mavs. Ball goes back, and he's got a foot in the end zone. Ball's not in the end zone. Going to be hit, going to be stopped at the 20 nonetheless.
Jackets return to kick off to the 20.
Wynne will start their third possession at the 20-yard line. Had a really nice drive to start the ball game. Started the drive on their 20, got inside south side of the territory, went 9 plays, but turned over on downs. Next possession, 2 plays. Had a nice gain on first down, but one of the Mavericks was able to get a hand in there and knock the ball loose. It's recovered by Braxton Canada. Southside again goes down, 2 plays for the touchdown. 4:09 to go here in the first quarter. There's an inside handoff, and he's going to be waylaid, and I'm not sure he got back to the line of scrimmage. Tell you what, Nathan Clark and Quan Torrey doing a great job in that middle.
Number 10, Dante Smith on the carry.
Dante Smith gets the carry, bring up second down. They'll spot it. Actually, that's interesting. They're going to spot him up.
One.
They're going to spot him up at about the 20.
2nd and 9.
At the 21-yard line. He was actually hit at about the 19-yard line and driven back. So
22.
He must be sticking that ball at or something. I'm not seeing that. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Yellow Jackets. Again, 3:32 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 14-zip. Bring a man in motion. Here's a quick hitter handoff. He's going to be hit and dropped at about the 25-yard line. Again, it'll bring up third down. Southside doing just what we talked about in the pregame. Going to have to put Wynne in second, third, and long. That's what they're doing right here. It'll be third down, third, and about, I'd say about 5.5 for the first down. They've got the ball spotted just barely at the tip of the 25-yard line. Got to get, looks like to almost to the 31-yard line.
3rd and 6.
So it'll be third down, 3rd and 6. Another opportunity for the Southside defense to get off the field here early. Again, 3 backs in the backfield, 2 tight ends. Now we've got a whistle. Wynne going to take a timeout here.
Timeout, Wynne.
Timeout. First timeout, half.
Again, it's been a good start for the Mavs. 2 touchdowns, running the ball very effectively tonight. And defense coming up, making some big plays on the previous series on the held on downs. On the first series, a good job by John Parkinson getting in the backfield and making the play for the Mavs. So it's just a nice night for football here. It's probably roughly 80 degrees, maybe below. And it's good for us that it is because we got all of our equipment set up outside here. And, you know, it's kind of fun to get to actually do a game. It's going to do it from the stands, but a little bit tougher to do it there. But it's been fun so far. This Southside team has been a lot of fun to watch this year. They've got a group that they're only going to get better as the season goes on. The confidence is going to grow, and this team is only going to get better. So I really think this team has a chance to do something during the regular season as well as the postseason. Again, we got a big third down here, third down 6 for the Yellow Jackets. See what John Watson and Coach Clay Toddy want to call up here. Watson looks to the sidelines to get the signal. It's going to be a handoff end around, and there's a hold off the corner. They got the first down, but this is coming back. It appeared like the referee was going to hold off as long as he could not to make the call, but the kid never let go. And I believe that was Joe Kincannon over there.
Braylon McDowell on the carry.
During the run, holding, offense, number 10, 10-yard penalty from the Spurs. Flag.
Well, guys, I'll just say this. If you're going to hold somebody, don't do it in front of the referee. And that's exactly what he did. He had both arms outside the shoulder pad, just grabbing. He never let go either. It's one of those deals where I think the
penalty from
the official might have let the play go if he would have let go, but he never did. So it looks like he got a second hold there. It'll bring up third down, 3rd and 12. And that negates a first down for the Yellow Jackets. It'll be third down, 3rd and 12. Again, we've got 2:35 to go here in the first quarter. Southside leads 14-zip. Penalty actually happened at about the 23-yard line, so probably could have actually gone back to about the 13. As Watson looks to throw the ball, will throw the ball. It's going to be complete. Mavs had good coverage over there. You had that one-on-one chance to make the first down. There's a handoff up the middle, and he's going to have a first down as he gets up to the 40-yard line. That's Dante Smith on the carry. Yeah, Smith's a good running back.
Number 10, Dante Smith on the carry.
He's one of the
Gain
two
of
seniors
9,
on this
first
team.
and
As they
10,
said in the
Yellow
pregame, they
Jackets.
only have 6 seniors on their roster, and he's kind of one of the leaders
First
of the
and 10 for
team.
the Yellow
Him and
Jackets
John
from their
Watson, the
own
quarterback,
40.
he's also a senior. He first and 10 at the Wynne 40-yard line. Play was really set up by the pass completion from Watson. The first and 10 at the 40-yard line. Here's an inside handoff, and he bounces to the outside, and they're going to try to pin him in. He's able to get a bit outside to get some positive yardage. That was Christian Wren on the carry. Again, maybe 2 yards, brings a second down, second
Number
and
7,
8.
Christian Wren on the carry.
Mavs,
Gain of 2.
Mavs doing a good job,
Second
especially off that
down.
left side of getting penetration in there from John Parkinson. Really, that was a 2-yard gain for Wren, but really could have been stuffed in the backfield for maybe about a 4 or 5 yard loss. Brings up second down, second and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the second period. Again, full house backfield, and here's the handoff, and going to be hit and driven back. Not much there, as there's big old Andrew Reeder leading the charge for the Southside defense, along with big old Quan Torrey in there. We'll bring up third down. No game to play. Bring third down, third and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Yeah, Quan Torrey and Nathan Clark doing a good job really stuffing that middle up. And when they do that, it gives your outside backers and your defensive ends, such as Parkinson and Reeder, a chance to kind of roam free. And they're also moving the defense around, too. They got Parkinson on the right side this time, Reeder on the left side. Give him a bit of a different look here. Be third down, third and 8 for the Yellow Jackets. Here's going to be a pitch to the outside. He's going to have a hole to get to the outside. It's going to be hit. It's going to be dropped after about a 6-yard gain. Now it's form tackle there by Dominic Parkinson. Play had a chance to be a bigger gain. That was Braylon McDowell. They'll spot the ball back. Going to be fourth down, 4th and 3.
Gain of 5, 4th and 3.
It's kind of like the old Cabot offense that Mike Malham used to run. Is they get close, they're going to go for it. That's what they're going to do here. This will be the second 4th down opportunity, and this will actually be in their own territory. Actually, their third time to go for it. Here's an inside handoff, and going to have the first down. He's going to break away. That's Dante Smith, going to be tackled on probably a touchdown-saving tackle at the 35-yard line. Braxton Canada comes up and makes the play. We're down to 20 seconds to go here before the end of the first quarter. Let's see if
gain of 18.
Looks like
10 Yellow Jackets.
Looks like the Yellow Jackets may go ahead and let the quarter run out. That's going to be the key too. Is we talked about this in ball games last year. I go back to the Bentonville West game last year when Southside ran the big 23-play drive. Sometimes a ball control offense is a good defense, and that's what Coach Clay Toddy wants to see right now from his team, is to see him really to be able to control the football, doing a good job so far tonight. This will be the 8th play they run, actually gone for it twice on 4th down. This will be the 8th play from their own 20-yard line. They've got the ball down inside the Southside territory down to the 36-yard line. First possession of the ball game, they went 9 plays before they lost it on downs. So, you know, as far as control of the football, they've done a really good job. And that's what they were able to do last year against this Maverick defense, just control the football. And, you know, the key is for Southside to get off here early. They've had a couple of chances maybe to get off, weren't able to, but we'll start the second quarter here with Southside with a 14-zip lead. Here to see what Coach Toddy does here. When they do pass the ball, what's interesting is if you're Southside, you've got to play really disciplined football because
our second quarter,
you don't know who's going to come out of the backfield and will be the receiver. And the receiver, Southside did a good job on the previous possession. Wyatt Johnson did really a pretty good job of coverage. Now they're going to go with a wide out. They're going to split a wide out here. See what kind of offense they come in here. 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets, the Southside 36-yard line. 2 tight ends, 2 backs in the backfield. There's going to be a inside handoff and not going to be anything there. They give the ball to William Watson in the ball game, a sophomore running back, as
No gain.
Evan Shelby gets off the bottom of the pile for the Mavs.
Number
Bring up
27.
second down, second and 10.
Will Watson on the carry.
Interesting formation they came out with. They had a split receiver, two backs in the backfield, two tight
Second and
ends.
10 for Wynne.
Trying to give it a bit of a different look, and they're really going back to this formation again. They're going with two running backs and one wideout. As Watson wants to throw the ball, he's going to throw the ball out. It's going to be complete. Going to be close to a first down. That is Braden Maddox on the catch.
Pass complete to number 4, Braden Maddox.
Bring up third down, third and about 2. Now, passing game's been really good for Mr. Watson tonight. He's thrown 2 for 2 tonight, throwing the ball.
Gain of 8, second, 3rd and 2.
But you're going to play a lot of press defense, so you got a lot of pressure on those corners to come up and make plays. A third down, 3rd and 2. Southside going to come with the blitz here, and they're going to hit him in the backfield. That's Dante Smith, going to lose yardage. There's big old John Parkinson getting off the pile for the Mavs.
Dante Smith on the carry, gain of 1.
Got the PA announcer being very generous here. He'll give him a gain of 1. Don't believe he got back to the line of scrimmage. This will be the 10th play of this drive. They've gone forward. This will be the 3rd time they've gone forward on 4th down on this drive. So it's definitely the old Mike Malham theory. It's going to be a pitch out, and he's going to be hit, dropped, not going to have it. What a great job. What a great open field tackle by the Mavs. Coach Todd, you've got to be a bit frustrated. You've had a 9-play drive, you've had a 10-play drive, no points on either drive, and Southside defense, and that's the key for Southside is make those tackles. The young man got to the outside, had a chance maybe to get the first down, but you had a nice form tackle over there, gets him down for about a 1-yard gain. Southside will start this drive. They'll start this drive on their 27-yard line.
1st and 10 for the Mavericks from the Maverick 27.
Be their 4th possession of the night. 10:02 to go here in the second quarter. Southside scored on 2 of the previous 3 possessions. Here's a pass out going to be complete. That's George Harrell's got it. He's going to be tackled immediately by Christian Wren. I like the idea there. I think if they could get a little more space, Wren did a good job of really closing. The ball was just a bit high.
The Herald.
But George gets up there and makes the catch, and then he's not able to turn around. And Wren reacts to the pass, gets there and makes the play. It'll be second down, 2nd and 6 for the Mavs. Ball at the 31-yard line. Here's a keeper. A nice job by Zimmerman's going to have a first down as he crosses the 40-yard line. And what a great read by Carter Zimmerman. They actually covered the pitch man. It was going to be an option play. They covered the pitch man. He's able to turn it back up inside to get positive yardage.
Zimmerman.
The 1st and 10 for the Mavs, the 43-yard line. Again, we've got 9:21 to go here in the second quarter.
1st and 10.
Southside leads 14-zip.
43.
The 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line. Here's a pitch out to Tucker. He's got the corner. He's at midfield, 45. Cuts it back inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line. Another great job by Carter Zimmerman on the pitch out. Once he pitched the ball out to Gregory, it was going to be a foot race. The 1st and 10 for the Mavs to the 40-yard line. This will be the 4th play of this drive for Southside. They start at their 27-yard line. They lead here early, 14-zip with 9:05 to go here in the second quarter.
1st and 10 for the Mavericks from the Yellow Jacket 40.
Zimmerman wants to throw the ball, throws the ball. It's going to be complete to the inside. That's Isaac Gregory. Will catch it, gets inside the 35 down to the 33-yard line. Going to gain 6 on the play.
Number 1.
Like what Coach Dameron's doing here, mixing up the play calling, going with a pass, running a little bit of options, showing a little bit of everything tonight. And really love the way Carter Zimmerman's reading that defensive end, making plays. Made a good run off one, then made a nice pitch on the previous one to Gregory. The second down, 2nd and 8. Here's a high snap again. He's going to have to eat it. Now he's going to run with it. and is going to be hit and dropped at about the 35-yard line so far. That's really the only thing that slows Southside down has been the high snaps. Previous possession they had to punt on it was a high snap, and that's one right there. We'll bring up third down, third and 5.
Carry.
Obviously, in this territory, I would think if Southside gets some positive yardage here, obviously going to be
Loss of 3.
4 down territories.
play,
We're under 8
back
minutes
leading
now here in the
backs.
first half. We've got 7:55 to go here exact. As Zimmerman goes to the sideline to get the play.
3rd and 5.
He'll have Tucker in the backfield. Again, another high snap. There's a snap. It's going to be a complete pass. It's going to be complete to York. He's going to take it to the house, but I believe it's coming back.
Flag on the play.
During the run, holding, offense, number 50, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot.
Well, the only thing I'll say about the penalty, they called the penalty on Southside for holding, but they're calling a lot of inside stuff on the Mavs, but you've got a kid on the sideline being tackled, and they just hold the flag until they absolutely have to throw the ball. So you're seeing a little home cooking here, and I guess you would call this Southeast Arkansas.
3rd and 15.
Be third down, 3rd and 15 for the Mavs. Again, get positive yards here, you're probably in 4 down territory. Nice play nonetheless between York and Gregory. Here's the snap. He steps up in the pocket, throws the ball in the middle, has an open receiver, and just a bit overthrown, intended for Grayson York.
Pass incomplete. 4th and 15.
See what the Mavs going to do here. This will be a situation 4th and 15. I think you'd probably punt the ball,
4th and 15 for the Mavericks.
Looks like the Mavs go for it.
At 45.
That's some confidence in your team going for it on 4th down from your opponent's 45-yard line. But Southside's getting some open receivers. But they're going to be a pooch kick here. Love the call as Carter Zimmerman will punt the ball away. They'll take a Southside bounce inside the 20-yard line. I love the call. You can see that coming. He took about 2 steps back once he set up in pistol formation.
Southside punt out of bounds at the Yellow Jacket 15.
That's a play, though, I think in some circumstances you might go for it. But this early in the ball game, 4th and 15.
Right is spotted at the Yellow Jacket 16.
You really can't do that. And, again, that was another series for Southside where got hurt by a penalty, took a touchdown off the board for the Mavs. As we've got 7:18 to go here, Southside again leads 14-zip. This will be the fifth possession tonight. No, 4th possession of the night for a win. Had 2 really decent drives going, and it's again we talked about the old Cabot offense. They'll run the Mac Malham offense where 3 yards in a cloud of dust. They'll go for it. You got 4 downs to play with, kind of like Pulaski Academy. Here's going to be a pitch out, and he makes a nice move to the inside. Will get across the 20 up to about the 23-yard line.
21, Cameron Smith on the carry.
And I believe that was number 18 for Southside.
Gain of 6.
Making the play.
2nd and 4.
Dwight Johnson on the tackle for the Mavs. Actually, I'm sorry, it's 16. It's Peyton Zimmerman making the play for Southside. It's kind of hard to see those numbers where they've got us here on the side of the press box. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 4 for the Yellow Jackets. And the one thing you do not want to do is both of your tackles jumped in the neutral zone. And
Dead ball. False start.
If anybody's going to jump off sides, it definitely don't want to be these 2 guys because they don't listen to the quarterback. They actually should go off. They see that ball move, that's when they move. Be 1st and 10. I know it's a defensive coach's nightmare right there is when you give them a 1st down when they haven't run a play. Again, we've got 6:33 to go here before the half. Southside leads 14-zip. Again, they'll go with 2 backs in the backfield. And here's a handoff. Boy, he is eaten alive in the backfield. That's big John Parkinson actually almost took the handoff. He was back there. Risley made the handoff, and he takes the man down. Going to be a loss.
21, Cameron Smith on the carry.
About 2 yards for Cameron Smith. Brings up 2nd down, second and 12.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
Just under 6 minutes to go here. Been a very fast played first half, which you would expect when one team's running the ball like they have and not been a lot of stoppage in play. Again, second down, second, 12. So Watson wants to throw the ball here. He's going to throw the ball, has a wide open receiver, catches it, and it's going to be a foot race. They're going to get him down to the 25-yard line. That was a missed assignment as Braylon McDowell gets out of the backfield for a big gain.
Number 6, Braylon McDowell on the pass reception.
And the thing was, if Watson's
number
able to
12,
set
John
himself and make a
Watson.
little bit further throw, McDowell actually had to wait on the ball. He's going to walk that into the end zone. Be first and 10 at the south side 25-yard line.
From the Maverick 25.
That's been what's kept their offense going, really, has been the passing game, as Watson 3 for 3 here in the first half. And that's going to happen, too, because you're going to get those mismatches. Here's a handoff to Smith up the middle. Is going to get maybe 3 yards, brings that second down, 2nd and 7 for Wynne. But you get those matchups, and you're going to get somebody sneaking out of that backfield. Somebody's going to get away, and that's what happened with McDowell. It was just a missed assignment, but you've got guys running in and out of that backfield, so it's easy sometimes for a guy to get out there and not be seen.
Gain of 3.
That's exactly what happens. They'll give him 3 yards on the play, brings up second down, 2nd and 7. Inside 5 minutes to go here, 4:50 exact to go. Southside goes again with the 4-man front. As here's a handoff to the outside, and they're going to chase him down and drive him back for a big loss. Looked like he had Kincannon over there along with John Parkinson. That was Braden McDowell on the carry. Brings up third down, 3rd and 12. That's been the unusual thing in this ball game tonight. Is Southside defense has done a pretty good job of really putting Wynne in 2nd and 3rd and long situations, but they've been able to make the first downs with their passing, which I think is a bit unusual for a running team. Big opportunity here for Southside. Here's going to be a pitch out, and he's going to be hit and dropped after maybe a 2-yard gain. There's big old John Parkinson again making the play. John said, "That's enough." Be 4th and 10.
Smith on a carry. Gain of 2. 4th and 10.
I'm kind of starting to believe, too, that Wynne may not have a punter because they've actually keep going for it on 4th down. This will be the 5th time here in the first half they've gone for it. Good job by Southside defense. 2 big plays defensively. Hitting the running back McDowell in the backfield and then tackling Smith for a 2-yard gain. Key here is just don't let anybody slide outside on you. As Watson wants to throw the ball, he's going to feel the heat. It's going to be intercepted. Had the double coverage over them. I'll try to get the numbers that come off the field. I believe that's Devin Huggins on the interception.
Belichick pass intercepted.
Good job by the Southside defense, really setting that up, too. That was another 8-play drive for the Yellow Jackets. Southside will take over at their own 15-yard line, and you got 3:06 to go here, ahead 14-zip. Let's see what the Mavs want to do. You've got plenty of time, got your timeouts, all 3 timeouts. So
First and 10.
That 3:06 is like 5:06 right now, so they can pretty much do what they want to do, whether it be pass or run. We'll see what the Mavs come out with. They'll go with one back in the backfield. They'll split Gregory out in the slot, trips to the left of Zimmerman. Here's a handoff to Tucker. He's got an outside hole, and he's going to break it up to the 40-yard line. What a nice run by Amari Tucker. I tell you, when you watch Amari Tucker run the football, I feel sorry for that defender. Is when he gets that one-on-one matchup, that young man is hard to bring down. And I'll tell you what, it's so exciting to see after what he's been through last year
Harold on the carry
to make the plays he has. Be first and 10 for the Mavs at the 40-yard line. They'll let the clock run down just a little bit.
The Maverick 40.
Just under 3 minutes to go here, 2:51 exact. Again, Southside leads 14-zip. Just had a nice defensive stand. Here's a handoff to Tucker, and a slow developing play is going to lose maybe 3 yards. Bring up second down, 2nd and 13 for the Mavs.
Caught in backfield by the Yellow Jack.
There was just a bit of indecision on that. I think Zimmerman's
Loss of
maybe
2.
thinking about maybe pulling that ball out at the last second and
Second and 12.
waited just a bit too long to get the penetration in, and Southside going to have second down, 2nd and 12. Again, they'll go 2 backs in the backfield. As Zimmerman wants to throw, there's a nice clear out. That's York on the catch. He's got across the midfield inside the 45 down to the 44-yard line. What I like about this Southside offense in this passing game is the job that Carter Zimmerman's doing, setting those feet, finding that target, stepping through that target, making the throw, and a good job by Grayson York catching the ball and then yards after the catch. Be 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line of
1st and 10 for the Mavericks from the
2:07 to go here before the half. Here's a handoff to Tucker. There's a big hole at the middle. He's going to find his way down inside the 25 down to the 24-yard line. A big offensive line starting to assert itself just a little bit. And Southside going to take a timeout. 1:57 to go here.
Timeout. Force mid Southside. First time out of the first half.
Timeout. Maverick.
So far, it's been a 5-play drive for the Mavs. A couple of big plays, a nice pass completion from Zimmerman to York, and also a very nice run by Amari Tucker to get the first down. Southside will have 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line. They're going to take a timeout here at 1:57 to go. Mavs did a good job on the offensive side of the ball. Really, what slowed them down here on the possessions has been the penalties that they picked up, a couple of holding penalties here in the first half. Other than that, Southside really has done well offensively. Defensively, Wynn's done a good job of really moving the football down, have really kind of rolled the dice several times running some 4th down plays and been held every time on 4th down. Well, with the exception of one time where they had the fumble, but they've been able to move the football. No, Coach Toddy's got to be happy with that, but that's kind of really what's kind of kept the score down. It's been the ability of Wynne to keep the football has really kind of been a difference here. Southside had 1 touchdown wiped out by a penalty, looking for a 3rd touchdown here before the end of the first half with 1:57 to go here. Zimmerman takes a snap. Here's a handoff, and he cuts it back outside. What a job by Tucker. He's a 10-5, touchdown Southside. Now, that's a highlight reel right there. She was pinned in the backfield, 1 step right, 2 steps left, touchdown.
Number 5, Amari Tucker. 23-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, both backs having a big first half here. Some good running by Isaac Gregory. Amari Tucker, your big touchdown man here in the first half. 2 touchdowns. 3rd touchdown was actually the 2nd touchdown was a touchdown pass from Carter Zimmerman to Grayson York. Southside now lead 21 zip. We got 1:49 to go here. That was
1:49 to play in the first half. Score stands 21 Mavericks, 0 Jackets.
6-play drive, 6-play, 85 yards for the Mavs. 2 key plays in the drive. Obviously, was a long run by Amari Tucker, followed up by a nice pass completion on 2nd long to Grayson York for Carter Zimmerman. Southside doing a good job, really kind of mixing up the offense a bit, trying to work on some things, and now lead 21 zip with 1:49 to go here. Just a few things Southside going to need to clean up here. You got the penalties, the high snaps, but other than that, this offense really clicking on all cylinders again. And I know my buddy Terrell King will laugh at this, but running here in the first half, we're expecting one of those 3 yards in a cloud of dust. Let's drive that ball down. Let's make some things happen. But that really hasn't happened all season for the Southside offense. It's been a lot of big plays, and you can see it coming because you watch Amari Tucker, you watch Isaac Gregory. They're hard enough to bring down, but if they're getting the blocking and they're getting off from the middle of the line, from the outside of the line, I mean, they're really double tough to bring down. Here's a kickoff by Grayson York. It's going to hit and go out of bounds. It's going to be a penalty on the Mavs. The good field position here for a win to start this drive. Getting close to the half. Got 1:49 to go here. It's not what you want to do.
Start. Kicking team.
Not sure the officiating crew knows where to spot the ball. We'll see.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Yellow Jacket 35.
Get the 35-yard line. That's really what you didn't want to do. You wanted to pin them back as much as you could, but they're probably going to try to run the football as much as they can here. Again, John Watson, your quarterback. Here's a handoff at the middle. He's got a nice hole, going to get a first down as he crosses the 45-yard line. There's Don Parkinson there to make the play for Southside. I believe that was
Touchdown win.
I believe it was Cameron Smith on the carry. Just don't want chunk yardage. You got 1:43 to go here, and I don't know why the clock is not started. Now they finally started about 10 seconds late. A lot of home cooking going on here tonight. Here's another inside handoff. Going to get about 5 yards.
21, Smith on the carry.
As there's John Parkinson again, as Dante Smith gets the carry. It's going to gain 5 yards.
Gain of 5.
John Parkinson, big first half here for the Mavs, has made
Gain of 4.
several plays.
2nd and 6.
As Wynne not me hurt, he got there and run a play. We got 1:12 to go here before the half. Again, Southside leads 21-zip. Actually, they got it 1st and 5. It should be 2nd and 5. And Southside jumps in the neutral zone again.
Hit ball. Outside. Defense. 99. 5-yard penalty.
Those are the plays.
5 yards.
When you're in the film room watching the film, those are the plays you don't want to see. That's the second time tonight that Southside has jumped in the neutral zone.
2nd down
and as I made the point earlier, that's a play where you look and see where that ball is. That's all you got to do is look at the ball. I know you get excited, want to get there and make a play, but you got to hold back. It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and about a yard. As the clock's running right now, I'm a little surprised that with 2 timeouts that Wynne hadn't taken a timeout here. Going to be under 40 seconds before they get the snap off here. And they actually moved. There's going to be a pass down. It's going to be, a nice defensive play over there. That's Peyton Zimmerman at the last second knocks the ball away. But that was a play, too, where the receiver on this side actually took off to the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped. Could have been a penalty right there. Bring up 3rd down. We're down to 33 seconds to go here before the half. Southside leads 21-zip. This will be the 4th play of the drive. Again, 3rd down 1. Good call there for Yellow Jackets. 3rd and 1. Obviously a pass run option. This one is too. Southside going to come with the blitz, and they're going to pitch it to the outside. Get to the outside. That's Smith. Going to have a first down at the 41-yard line, and Wynne going to take a timeout here with 27 seconds to go. Really not a lot of the green clock management by Wynne. They had a couple of times where they were huddled up while the clock was running. So if you're Southside, I think you pretty much just play a man defense and just stay back, and you should be in good shape here to keep them from getting any points here before the half. Again, a big first half defensively for the Mavs. Peyton Zimmerman having a good first half from that safety position, making a couple of nice plays defensively. Made a nice stop on 3rd down. And then just on the previous play, just was able to tip the ball away. Big first half again, too, by John Parkinson right there making plays.
27 seconds.
On the defense for Southside. And
Emerson 10, Yellow Jacket from the Mavericks.
Again, the ball on the 41-yard line. Only 27 seconds to go here before the half. Wynne only has 1 timeout. They had to take a timeout on 4th down earlier in the first half. So we'll see if they try to call her. They'll probably try to sneak somebody out of the backfield, but obviously your Southside, I don't know if you go maybe kind of drop back a little bit, maybe kind of play a man, expecting to pass here from the 41-yard line because, if you can get a stop here with 27 seconds, keep that clock running, you can pretty much eliminate the plays to maybe 1 or 2 before the half. So 1 back in the backfield. Going to be a pitch out off the right side. He's going to be hit, dropped away in the backfield. A whole host of Mavericks get over there trying to get some of the numbers. There's big old Andrew Reeder getting off the pile, but I want to see who that is on the bottom of the pile. It's Don Parkinson along with Quan Torrey. They're really the 2 that blew up the play. This will be the last play of the half. Well, maybe not. They've got 2 seconds. And I don't know why they still have
Watson spiking the ball.
3rd down on the clock. They wasted a few more seconds there, but they'll get 1 more play in. So obviously Southside probably drop back in a prevent defense. I'll give them a catch. Just don't let them get anywhere behind you.
16.
And This is kind of the situation too, where you're going to see big John Parkinson. He loves this situation. You might see him come in, maybe try to get some type of pass rush on Southside. Really going to come up and looks like they're going to bring some heat in here. It's going to be a pass down the field. It's going to be incomplete. Nice coverage over there by Devin Huggins. Ball goes incomplete. And we're at the half. Southside leads 21-zip. Be back in just a bit with halftime scoring summary.
And Yellow Jacket Leroy.
I like the outside. I always swore if we did Cabot, I was going to do a game outside.
Okay, so you can't get rid of that. It's not rounding you off. So if you're coming in clear.
It's all right. Because when I was down there, I couldn't care myself.
Dr. Clock, please.
Screen right now. This thing's the commentaries, but
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2023 Wynne High School Cheerleaders.
actually I did an extra year. Oh. Frank Bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome to the field the 2023 Wynne High School Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Trevor Geltner and Shane McCracken, and is led onto the field tonight by drum majors Nashawn Warren and Alicia Lee. Drum major, is your band ready? Performing tonight their 2023 show, The City with a Smile. The Wynne High School Band is proud to present the Wynne High School Marching Yellow Jacket.
We don't get those things.
Oh, really?
Let's hear it for the marching Yellow Jacket Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the marching Yellow Jackets would like to thank Sharon Perry for feeding the band before the last game, and Beth Bradshaw for feeding the band this evening. The band's next performance will be next Friday night as the Yellow Jackets take on the Magnolia Panthers. Until then, the band says, "Go Jackets."
Speaking of food, I'm gonna go grab my spoon. Say what favorite you got charter. Hey, right. It says. Yeah. It's five. So they said, just slightly better. So. This was well, I don't know. This dance. All of this, bleachers, gas box, these are not our premiums. This is just so that we could have some people. Okay. They get. I was trying to this right now. I'm like, oh, for sure, because this side's nice. They started on this side and worked backwards. So, I think you know, oh, go up to all the way back. You don't have that serious. Which kind of sounds better for me. Perfect side. Yeah, okay. No. I yeah. Like I said, it's something wrong. You do. Anybody who saw it, and so I'm trying to apply except standing on the okay. Yeah. Exciting more from you to about that. Wildflowers and you know how to you know those on those section. Starting off with the sweet song. There's in the deal, and what's something in the play. It's a really
Else before go that see the works. And here and when we love our yellow jackets.
Some people on starter. It's not getting paid and far. Must be getting party. One guy. What? All the way. Nicholas, it's like trying to have it. So trying to get the right one. It's not going to be over my faucet. It's a little. Yeah, it's yeah, I do. See, looking for it's yeah, I'm gonna get around here, just do it. Just do it. Yeah, it's not gonna be around. Just what he's saying. How can I get my influencer? It's really yeah, it's not gonna be my headphones.
Check it's game time.
When I do, Kiddo is many cakes. I don't come with the sicker. It's many cake. Why you looking for the one? This head is gone. Why you looking for the one? When your friend is gone. Head to head, touch to toe, showing up the go. That be spinning on the heat, yeah, so I sliding it down and children trying to get the message down. So I help you. It's memory to the wall. Don't put a sign or reach it out. Time I'm gonna fit and new era. I'm gonna get trying in. Head to the day. On the day. On the thing that the sun's gonna take. Because the face of the way. Look on. Relevant to the day when you're trying to put the gun and do it. It's me, Nikki. I'm with the city. Miss Mickey, why you looking for the one? Biggest person going up. Why you looking for the one? When you say it's
Well, welcome back to Yellow Jack Stadium. Just about ready to start the second half here. Southside leads 21-zip. Good first half for the Mavs. Big first half again for Amari Tucker. 2 touchdowns in the first half. A 2-yard touchdown run to open the first series of the game. This was set up by a very nice 57-yard run by Isaac Gregory. Southside again scores on their third possession of the game as they get a nice run by Carter Zimmerman at 33 yards, 7 left, first and goal at the 11-yard line, get a penalty after scoring a touchdown. And on first and 21, a pass play from Carter Zimmerman to Grayson York for the touchdown. Southside leads 14-zip. Southside takes over, a little over 2.5 minutes to go before the end of the half, when they go on a very nice drive, a 6-play, 85-yard drive. And that's a very nice play from that drive. A nice pass from Carter Zimmerman to Grayson York to pick up a big first down on second long, and a very nice 33-yard run by Amari Tucker. And then it's finished with a 15-yard run by Amari Tucker. And it's one of those plays that you have to be there to believe it actually happened, as he goes around the left side. They got him pinned in. Somehow he's able to stop on a dime, take a step to his right, juke the defender back, and then run straight ahead, untouched into the end zone. A very nice play by Tucker, who's really taken off where he left off along with Isaac Gregory. Again, in the first half of the Mavs, probably the biggest killer for the Mavs so far here in the first half has been the 2 penalties. One penalty took a touchdown off the board, while the other penalty Southside was able to overcome. But it's one thing they've got to work on. While you look on the other side of the ball, Wynne really had some nice drives tonight. They've had a 9-play drive, a 10-play drive, and an 8-play drive. But again, as I said earlier, it's kind of like Cabot football. So Mike Malham, when he was the coach at Cabot, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, we're going to try to get those positive yardage. Want to get in a situation, whether it be third or fourth down, where we can run the ball. But really what's been effective for Wynne tonight has been their passing game, as John Watson has hit on 3 passes to get first downs on those 3 passes. But then again, that goes back to the fact that you're trying to stop a run. And when you've got pretty much all your skill players in the backfield, it's easy for somebody to slip out the backside and maybe get it open. And that's what happened on one play for Wynne. But Southside, to their credit, is able to step up when they've had to, especially Big John Parkinson in the first half has done a great job of just being there, making plays, and getting plays in the backfield. Southside's pretty much done what they want to do as far as putting Wynne in long, second, third long situations. But what they've got to do is once they get them there, they got to close the deal. Southside will kick off and start the second half here too. Wynne will receive the ball. They'll go from our left to our right as Grayson York will kick off for the Mavs.
Correction. Yellow Jackets will be receiving the south goal. The Mavericks will be kicking off and defending the north goal.
Another player that had a big first half for the Mavs on the defensive side of the ball was Peyton Zimmerman. Made 2 or 3 really nice plays, made a very nice jarring one-on-one tackle on fourth down, and then saved a big game for Wynne late in the second quarter by tipping the ball away at the last second from the intended receiver, who was partially open at the time, but a great job of Zimmerman getting back and making the play on the ball. Again, Southside will kick off here as we start.
Number 2, Grayson York kicking off for Southside.
As Grayson York will kick off for the Mavs. This will be the opening possession in the second half for the Wynne Yellow Jackets. It's going to be interesting to see any changes, if any at all, that Southside makes on the defensive side of the ball. Really played, like I said, pretty good for the most part, and tackled well when they had to. Here's a kick going to go in the end zone. That's the best friend you can have on special teams, to kick the ball
in into the end zone. Yellow Jackets will start play from the Yellow Jacket 20.
As Wynne will start their first drive from their 20-yard line. Again, John Watson will be your quarterback, and he'll have a whole host of backs in the backfield. The most effective back they had in the first half was Dante Smith, the senior running back. Had some nice runs in the first half. What's interesting is the clock started. There was 6 seconds running off the clock, and the ball was never touched. So, interesting. Here's a handoff up the middle, and he's going to be hit and dropped in the backfield. Actually, going to spot him right at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 2nd and 10. Actually, they're getting about a half a yard loss. Get in the middle of that line with Quan Torrey
No gain on the play.
leading the charge defensively for the Mavs.
2nd and 10.
They've got sophomore linebacker Ethan Dunn checked in the ball game, marking off the left side. Here's another inside handoff, and he's going to be hit and dropped after maybe about a 2-yard gain. There's Quan Torrey again getting off the pile, along with, I believe that is Evan Shelby.
Gain of 2.
Yeah, Evan Shelby.
3rd and 8.
Clean up for the Mavs, be 3rd down, 3rd and 8. That's going to be the key for Southside, I think, here in the second half is when they're playing good, they're tackling good, and that's going to be the key here. If you tackle, you'll be off the field a lot quicker. In 3rd down, 3rd and 8. They'll bring a man in motion. He'll get the pitch, and he makes the first man miss, and he's going to be hit, drop in the backfield back at the 20-yard line. That was Braylon McDowell on the carry, and they're able to get back and knock him down. A good job by the Southside defense. Going to lose maybe 1 on the play, brings up 4th down, 4th and 9. I think in this situation, Coach Toddy, maybe
Loss of 1.
a bit too
4th
far
and 9.
to not have to punt the ball away here. Because obviously the whole offense is going to be based on is Braden Mattox will check in to kick the ball away. It's got kind of an unusual, he's not really that far back, so let's see what he does here. Gets the kickoff. It's going to bounce and kind of takes a sideway bounce. The Southside going to have great field position. They'll start their opening drive of the second half at the 47-yard line. Just the opening moments of the second half, where we got 9:53 to go here. Southside leads 21-zip. And if the coaching staff, you got to be really pleased with what they came out here and did in the second half to start the defense. And it all started with the tackling, and also give credit to Big Quan Torrey in the middle. He was busting up plays and making plays and really kind of forced.
1st and 10 for the Mavericks. From the Mavericks.
Wynn hand on that. Wynn actually went back to a running play instead of trying to pass the ball on third and long, which probably is the wise decision because they know it's coming. As Zimmerman wants to throw, here's an inside pass going to be complete to Grayson York, and he's going to gain down to the 44-yard line. Going to be, well, going to be about half a yard short of first down.
York. Gain of 9. 2nd and 1.
And you love that too. I mean, you say, well, give him the first down. Well, in Southside, that's really more advantageous not to get it because second and 1, you're still in a pass run situation here as they'll bring Gregory in motion. Here's a handoff to Tucker, cuts it back inside. Is going to have a Southside first down across the 35.
Number 5, Amari Tucker on the carry. 1st and 10, Maverick.
Got 9:18 to go here in the third quarter. Clock stops temporarily to reset the ball. We'll start again.
1st and 10 for the Mavericks.
First possession here in the second half for the Mavs. There's a handoff again, and a good job defensively for Wynne getting there and messing the play up. Because that play had actually a chance to really go, but I believe that was number 44, the linebacker, Cy Mars, who got in there and was able to get Tucker down because there was a bit of a hole off that right side.
Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
We've seen more Tucker in the backfield tonight. They've split Gregory out more. Started with the 2-back offense the first series, now they bring Gregory in motion. Here's a handoff to Tucker. He's got a hole at the middle, cuts it back to the right. 10, 5, touchdown Southside.
"34-yard touchdown. Number 5, Amari Tucker.
What a nice job of bouncing it inside, then taking it to the outside, and then it was a foot race. And once you get in a foot race with Amari Tucker, it's generally going to be over. Southside now increases their lead up to 27-zip, pending the extra point. Ball is down, kick is up, and your kick is good. That was a good job, too, by Jackson Davis. That ball was snapped low, and he's able to pull that ball up, get it down. It wasn't the prettiest of kicks, but give credit to your leader on that one, Jackson Davis.
In the third quarter, score stand.
Southside now leads 28-zip. We've got 8:25 to go here.
Yellow Jacket 0.
That was a 4-play, 53-yard drive for Southside. culminating with a 34-yard touchdown run by Amari Tucker. His third touchdown of the night. Southside came out with a 21-zip lead here to start the third quarter. Defense came out, did a really good job getting a quick 3 and out. Once they got that, they got the ball back, and then the offense did what they had to do. And that's really what you want to see from this team is when you have a chance to really kind of put the game away, that's what you'd like to do here. And hopefully in the third quarter, they can hopefully put this game away. They had 28-0. Maybe get into the mercy rule and get some of these other young men into the ball game with a chance to play, because that was kind of a key last week. I thought for Southside was you really only played your starters.
You're kicking up
First half,
Maverick.
which gets all these other young men who practice just as hard as the starters do a chance to get some playing time and some experience, which they'll need down the road later. Plus, it also saves any of your starters having a chance to get injured as the ball will be kicked in the end zone. That's been another area for Southside. That's been very good.
First and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Yellow Jackets.
Grayson York has kicked off 5 times. 4 times it's gone in the end zone. The one time it did, and it was returned to the 19-yard line. So Southside special teams playing big here tonight. Wynne again will start this drive from the 20-yard line. And John watching the quarterback, they'll split a receiver out wide. So Watson wants to throw. He's going to look to throw the ball. Here comes the heat down the field. It's going to be a throw. It's going to be incomplete. But give credit to Big John Parkinson over there putting the rush on along with Ethan Dunn over there. Put the rush on, and
Watson pass incomplete.
Watson wasn't able to really set his feet. The ball goes incomplete, brings up second down, 2nd and 10. 8:19 to go here in the third quarter. This is the second possession of the second half for the Wynne Yellow Jackets. Went 3 and out on their first possession, followed by a Southside touchdown drive of 4 plays. Here's going to be a pitch, and the ball's on the ground. Southside has it.
Fumble pitch recovered by the Maverick.
Trying to get the number who got that pitch for the Mavs. It's kind of hard to see. He's coming off the field. I think that's Big John Parkinson right there. That play was doomed from the beginning. This will be the best field position the Mavs have had all night. They'll start this drive on the Wynne 16-yard line. Get a touchdown here. We go into the mercy rule. What a great job by the Southside defense here in the second half. Made some changes, came out with a lot of focus here in the second half, and they've really just kind of stuck it to win as the second half started. Southside go with the 2 backs in the backfield. Gregory along with Tucker. Here's a handoff to Gregory off the left side, going to be hitting the backfield and pulled down. Another nice defensive play for Wynne. That was Cy Mars again getting back there. We saw him
Number 1,
the
Isaac
previous
Gregory
series making a touchdown saving tackle. Playing a very good ball game tonight from his linebacker spot. Bring up second down, 2nd and 12 for the Mavs.
Loss of 2 on the carry.
7:48 to go here in the third quarter. Again, Southside leads 28-0. Zimmerman looks to the side to get the play call. Down to 7 seconds on the play clock. Here's a handoff again to Gregory. He's going to try to bounce it outside. He's going to use the speed, catch it back inside. Will get down inside the 15, maybe to the 14-yard line. And
Gregory,
Isaac did a very good job of just getting anything on that play. Was able to cut it up, and once he cut it up, the pursuit was able to catch up to him.
Gain of 4, 3rd and 8.
Be 3rd down, 3rd and 8 for the Mavs. Gain of 4 for Gregory. Obviously, a passing situation here with Southside. You really don't know where the ball's at. Obviously, they could, if they don't get it, they could try a field goal or maybe go for it here. I would almost think they might go for it if they don't. Here's a pass play going to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown Southside. Grayson York. And that's as good of a throw as you'll make. That's not an easy throw by any means for Carter Zimmerman, but he throws it on the money. York getting just enough separation, and the ball is led perfectly for the touchdown.
Number 2, Grayson York for the touchdown.
Got 6:48 to go here. Another touchdown drive for the Southside. That was 3 plays, 16 yards. 14-yard touchdown pass from number 10 to number 2. Carter Zimmerman to Grayson York. Ball is down, kick is up. Your kick is good. Now we should go into the mercy
Half
rule.
is good.
Southside leading 35
By
zip.
York. 6:48 to play in the third quarter. Four stands.
But you got to love what
Mavericks
Southside's done here in the second
35,
half.
Yellow Jackets 0.
I had 21 zip. Wynne got the ball to start the second half. Southside gives him a big 3 and out. Takes the ball over at their 47-yard line. 4 plays later, thanks to a 34-yard touchdown run by Mari Tucker, they increase the lead to 28 zip. Then they get another turnover, second turnover of the night for Wynne, which was created by nice pressure by John Parkinson, who actually recovered the fumble. Southside gets the ball back at the 16-yard line on third down, 3rd and 8. It's really nice pass to the corner of the end zone from Carter Zimmerman to Grayson York. You can't call it any better than that because he didn't have much separation, had maybe a yard or two separation, but the ball's led perfectly. No chance for the defender to make the play. I'm really not sure why the clock hasn't started yet. We're in the mercy rule. It's one thing I'm going to have to read up on is the Arkansas Activities Mercy Rule. I don't know when it starts and when it doesn't. We saw the same thing last week at Van Buren. Well, I'm not really sure that maybe it's been explained the way it should be explained. Here's another kickoff that's going to go out of the end zone.
Grayson York's kickoff into the end zone.
And now the clock will start. We've got 6:40 to go here.
From the Yellow Jacket 20.
More likely what you'll see here, you'll see the Southside defense probably play one more series if they get a stop here. Offense get the ball back, maybe punching another touchdown. Their work will probably be done for the night. As we are in the continuous clock situation, 6:19 to go here. Again, John Watson, your quarterback. Full house backfield. They bring a man in motion. Here's a handoff, and he's going to get close to 10 yards. Actually, they're giving 10 yards. That was number
Cameron Smith
21, Cameron Smith on the carry.
First down, Yellow Jacket.
We'll have the first down. Again, 5:51 to go here. I can't say enough about this Southside defense, the way they stepped up here in the second half to really kind of put the game away. Getting a lot of really nice pressure on the inside, and here's another handoff. They're going to try to run the ball, and Coach Toddy's really kind of changing up the offense just a bit. Maybe he's really running more off tackle. That time with Dante Smith off tackle.
2nd and 6.
Well, they've been trying to run those buck plays where they try to bring the sweep around. Is the Southside defense, especially the defensive linemen. They've had Ethan Dunn playing in there too, working from outside backer spot.
2nd and 6.
Along with Parkinson getting there and making plays. Be second down, 2nd and 6. There's another handoff tackle. It's going to be short of the first down. Spotting the yard short brings it 3rd down, 3rd and 1 for the Yellow Jackets. Wynne, though, really, as I said earlier, has had some pretty good series.
Smith on the carry. 3rd and 1.
Definitely hadn't here in the second half, so they had 2, 3 and outs. They've had some nice series. They just weren't able to finish anything. And it's one of those games, too, where you don't see a lot of teams go for it on 4th down as many times as they have tonight. They punted one time, but they've gone for it 6 times on 1st down. As Mav's going to warm up a new quarterback as Blake Forsgren going to get loose over there on the sidelines. There's an inside handoff. Got to have the first down. That is Cameron Smith on the carry. We're down to 4:21 to go here in the third quarter. Southside leads 35 zip. As Joby Gonzalez the checking
21
for the Mavs.
on the carry. 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets.
Big Nathan Clark checks out for the Mavs.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the Yellow Jacket 44.
Give Mr. Torrey, Mr. Clark a lot of credit tonight for the inside job they've done here. Here's another inside handoff, and he's going to be swarmed and hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good penetration. There's Evan Shelby getting off the pile.
Number 10, Dante
Dominic
Smith
Parkinson.
on the carry. Gain of 1.
Looked like big Andrew Reeder also
2nd and
there
9
for the Mavs.
from the 45 of Wynne.
He's second down, 2nd and 9. Southside going to run some new bodies out there as they'll bring in another linebacker in the ball game. I believe that's Cassius Wyatt checking in for the Mavs. Watson wants to throw here. He's going to throw a pass out. It's going to be complete. And he's going to be hit and knocked down on a nice defensive play for the Mavs. That's Ethan Dunn getting over
Pass
there
the
from his
team
linebacker
for
position.
Maddox.
As Derek Lacey checks in the ball game for the Mavs.
Gain of 3.
Derek's one of those young men that you'll see playing basketball this year. Get a lot of playing time with Coach Stewart Adams' team.
3rd and 7.
Good all-around athlete. Be 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Mavs trying to get some extra
3rd and
players
7
in
for
there.
Wynne,
Still
from
got
the
those big
Wynne,
guys in there, Parkinson along with
47.
Reeder. A good job by Ethan Dunn coming in, making some plays for the Mavs. There's an inside buck handoff. He's going to be hit. As he gets back to the line of scrimmage, there's Joby Gonzalez over there for the
Number
Mavs.
10, Dante Smith on the carry. Gain of 2.
Along with Evan Shelby. Shelby having another big game for the Mavs. Making tackles all over the field.
4th and 5.
4th down, 4th and 5 for Wynne. Let's see what they want to do here. We've got 2:21 to go here. Looks like they're going to go for it. As they'll check in their inside linebacker, Sam Mars, also listed as a tight end, will come in the ball game at tight end. They're going to play a bunch formation. As Watson calls out signals. Southside does a good job. Instead of jumping up, they jump up. And now we've got a whistle. Coach Clay Toddy going to take a timeout with 1:54 to go here. As what's interesting about taking a timeout, the
Timeout.
clock
Wynne.
keeper lets a few seconds
time
run
out
off
of
the
the
clock, which kind of in a joking
4th and
way,
5.
we actually
Go.
kind of appreciate it because we've got a 4-hour drive home. So he keeps that clock running. The happier I know our crew up here is when it keeps running. It's just amazing too. I want to talk about. They had a tornado here last year. It actually was such a bad tornado. It sucked the turf off the field. They were determined to get this field ready to play some football, and that's exactly what they did. It's a credit to this community for the efforts they put in just to be able to play football here tonight. And you got to give a hand to these folks. And this team really has kind of suffered from it because they lost some kids. Some kids went to some different schools because of what was going on. Weren't able to get a lot of spring practices in, but they've got Clay Toddy here as coach. He is a longtime coach at Rise and won some state championships over there. And he's a type of guy, and he's really bringing in the same system that what was run here. You talk about Don Campbell, the old general, what he used to run, a couple of state championships here at Wynne. There's a lot of football tradition here. And, I think he's going to carry it on here. And, they came in here and really
4th and 5.
kind of gave it to the South Side last year, but South Side really kind of redeeming themselves tonight with a really total effort tonight on both sides of the ball. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 5 for the Yellow Jackets. As Watson wants to throw the ball here, going to try to put some pressure out. There's a pass going to be intercepted.
Yellow Jacket pass is intercepted at the 30
There's Joseph Kincannon
on south side.
for the Mavs making the play. Really nice coverage over there. And then with the coverage, he's able to attack the football, get the ball. That will be the 4th turnover of the night for the Yellow Jackets.
1st and 10 for the Mavericks from their own 30.
Looks like Southside going to come with quite a bit of the second teamers in here, as Blake Forsgren will check in at quarterback. Joaquin Fox will be your running back. Wilson Key will work at wide receiver for the Mavs, along with trying to get all those numbers. I believe that's Tanner Stacy, sophomore wide receiver out there. Southside will go with a trip set to the left of Forsgren. They've got 45 seconds to go here before the end of the third quarter. Here's a handoff to Fox. Makes a nice run up the middle. Is going to get maybe 5 yards on the play. Brings that second down, second. Actually, give him 6 yards on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 4 for the Mavs. It's got to be tough when you come in here, you bring in a fresh Joaquin Fox into the ball game that they've already had to deal with Isaac Gregory and Amari Tucker. So not easy sledding there by any means for when you see the replacements. Then they'll have one back in the backfield behind Forsgren. Forsgren wants to throw the ball, throws the ball, it'll be complete. That's Jaden Webb on the catch, and Webb gets full steam ahead, crosses midfield down to the 46-yard line. I think he's another young man, too. I think you're going to see as the games go on, well, he's going to get more and more
Pass
playing time.
complete. Number 15, Webb. 1st and 10, Maverick.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter with Southside leading 35.
That is the end of the third quarter.
Also checking in the ball game on the previous play was Maddox McCallum playing some running back. Another young sophomore. This is what you like to see, though. Southside coming out and really dominating the third quarter. Ahead 21-0. At halftime, they come out in the third quarter and really start dominating the game. The defense stepped up big. 2 quick 3 and out. Actually, 1 3 and out, and then a fumble recovery. They're able to score 2 touchdowns on those possessions to put this in the Mercer rule.
Southside ball. 1st and 10 from the Yellow Jacket 42.
Southside 1st and 10 at the Wynne 46-yard line as we start the fourth quarter. Got to be pleased with what Southside's been able to accomplish here tonight. Now they'll have a week off before they resume 7A West Conference play. They'll take on the Rogers Mounties at Jim Rowland Stadium here in 2 weeks, and that's going to be another test for them. That said this before the season started. The 2 games I was really looking at was this Wynne game, and then I want to see how they do. And here's Fox going to try to go outside. It's going to be hit, knocked in the backfield for about a 3-yard loss, and see how they do against Rogers. They played Rogers last year. Actually, that was number 29 on the carry. Pardon, that was Aiden Wynn on the carry. But what I wanted to see was how they're going to respond, because Rogers came out last year. That was probably the 2 games last year where Southside really struggled. Was obviously the
2nd 13
game against Wynne, and then the game against. Here's a nice pass going to be complete to the outside by Forsman to get down to the 30-yard line. That was Grant Blythe on the carry, on the catch. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and about, well, they marked him back. He actually caught the ball inside the 39-yard line. They marked him back at the 41-yard line. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 5 for the Mavs. But this Wynne team is going to be pretty much, it'll be a process for them, I think. And it's going to be one of those years where you're rebuilding. You only have 6 seniors. You've got 14 juniors, so you're pretty much a sophomore class. Here's a handoff. That's McAuliffe on the handoff, and going to get close to a 1st down. Max McAuliffe. Bring up 4th down, 4th and about a yard. Thanks.
10 and 4, 4th and 1.
Probably go for it here. We've got 10:32 to go here in the ball game. Nice drive here by the Southside 2nd unit coming in the ball game. Started this drive deep in their own territory. Now have 4th down, 4th and 1. Here's a handoff in the backfield. We're going to get him in the backfield, and that's going to be the end of the drive. And if you look for a bright spot from Wynne tonight, that was it right there. That was Cy Mars, the junior linebacker. He made some nice plays
Number
tonight.
44, Cy Mars.
As the ball will be turned on. With 9:56 to go here in the ball game. Got to be pleased with the Maverick effort tonight. Again, good job by your 2 running backs. Your offensive line played well. Give credit to Carter Zimmerman, the job he did out there. He just really was in charge, made some really nice passes, 2 really good touchdown passes to Grayson York. But to me, even more important for what Carter did tonight was the fact that it was his reads out there when they were trying to run the option. He made some nice reads out there, taking the ball back, pitching the ball, reading what the end was doing, getting nice positive yardage. The 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They'll start this drive on the 40-yard line. Got 9:14 to go here in the ball game. Here's a handoff. Out the middle, going to get about 8 yards as he carries the Southside defender over there. That was Cassius Wyatt making the play for Southside. Cassius Wyatt was a starter back. He's a sophomore. Has really dealt with some injuries over time. And, Joey Gonzalez, another one that played quite a bit, but not getting to play a lot.
2nd and 2.
Yeah, but this linebacking core really goes deep. They've got a lot of starters really good, and you've got some guys on the bench that can come in and give some relief. That's what you see a difference in the Southside team this year. I think you've got some guys that a little bit deeper, but you're going to have to be in the West because you've got some kids that are going to get banged up. And now we've got a whistle on the play. Going to be a false start, I believe, on Yellow Jackets. Again, got 8:20 to go here.
False start. Offense, number 15. 5-yard penalty.
Again, Southside lead.
He's 2nd down.
35 zip.
5 yards against the Yellow Jack.
Cooper Thompson's checked into the ball game at quarter, but no, excuse me, they still got Watson in. Yeah, John Watson's still in the ball game.
2nd and 7 for the Yellow Jackets.
Under 8 minutes to go here. Southside again.
Ball is up.
35 zip. Going to go home. Going to be a sweet but a long ride home tonight from Wynne. Good effort by the Mavs, doing what you got to do, putting the game away, getting your starters out there. Here's a quarterback sneak by Watson. He's going to get a nice gain up of about 5 yards. He's getting 6 yards, brings up 3rd down, 3rd and 2. And Southside checking in the ball game is Andy Lou checks in the ball game. The sophomore linebacker was checking in the ball game for the Mavs.
And 2. 3rd and 2 for the Yellow Jackets.
This
From the
defense,
Yellow Jackets.
when they've actually brought new players in, have actually done a pretty good job. The offense did a good job. Really had a decent drive. It bogged down there at the end on 4th down. Thanks to the nice defensive play, it bogged down just a little bit. But you gotta be pleased with what you're seeing with these young players getting in the ball game. There's an inside handoff and going to be hit and dropped after about a 6-yard gain. That was Derek Lacey with a nice hit. Will be 1st and 10 at the Southside 45-yard line.
Gain of 7. 1st and 10 Yellow Jackets.
Down to 6:51 to go here in the ball game.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 45-yard line of the Mavericks.
Again, we got a continuous clock going here. Coach Toddy not in any hurry to really run any plays. He's taking his time, and that's kind of the offense that they'll run too. They'll really try to come out and they'll try to just kind of wear you down. They'll huddle up, work that clock down, try to keep the other team's defense on the field as long as you can. There's an inside handoff to Smith. He breaks the first tackle, gets away, and we'll get down to about
number
10
10
yard line.
Dante Smith on the carry. Gain of 6.
Zayden Johnson
2nd
gets
and
in there.
4.
Junior defensive back center makes a play for the Mavs.
2nd
Brings
and
up
4
second
for the
down,
Yellow
2nd
Jackets.
4. We've got
From the
exactly 6
Southside,
minutes to go here in the ball game. Southside leads 35 zip. Again, another clean effort for the Mavs. And like I said, we're really looking forward to 2 weeks from now when Southside takes on the Rogers Mounties. That'll be a very good test. Hopefully, have a good crowd come out for that ball game. Obviously, you can't come out. Listen to us. There's a pass by Watson down the field, and it's going to be incomplete. Really good coverage. Oh, there's Derek Lacey on the coverage. Really had good coverage. Was able to smother him at the last second. For the most part, with the exception of maybe one or two plays, the Southside coverage has been really good. Watson's done a good job of hitting certain spots, but for the most part, with the exception of the one play where you had the missed coverage, Southside's secondary has played very well tonight. Brings up 3rd down, 3rd, and about 5 for Wynne. And we're down to about 5 minutes to go here in the ball game. There's an inside handoff to Cameron Smith. Going to get a 1st down as he gets down to the Southside 30-yard line.
Number 21.
Yellow Jackets
Cameron
really just
Smith
kind of
on the
looking right
carry.
now, trying to get something good to happen for them. Maybe
1st and 10 Yellow Jackets.
Look at maybe try to get some points here that they can build off of, as they'll have a game next week as they had their bye last week, which is really kind of unusual for it to happen like that. But sometimes scheduling doesn't always work out the way you want it.
Southside 29.
Again, Southside will be off next week. Get a chance to kind of get everybody healed up, get ready for that big 7A Conference West play, which is going to be really tough. You got some good teams, especially starting with that Rogers Mounties team coming in.
10.
They've got better and better each year. They've really come down and really taken it to us the last couple of years. And then
2nd and 2.
you look at the Bentonville Tigers, always good every year, along with Fayetteville. Fayetteville's got a good
2nd and
team.
2
They've
for
got
the Yellow
Lindsay
Jackets
kid back
from
at
the
quarterback.
23-yard line.
Bentonville will come back with the Nye kid at quarterback. So there'll be a lot of good tests, a lot of good football coming up here in the next 8 weeks for the Mavs. Yeah, 2nd down, 2nd and 3 for the Yellow Jackets. Here's an inside handoff to Smith. He bounces it outside and he's going to break a tackle, gets inside the 15 down.
Number 10.
About the 14-yard line.
1st and 10.
The 1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets. They took this ball over after Southside turned the ball over on downs as Joby Gonzalez
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets from the 14-yard line.
3:34 to go here in the ball game. Southside got this one pretty much comfortable right now. 35 zip. Wynne looking for something positive to happen as they close out tonight. And here's a handoff to Smith. He's going to be hit, going to be dropped as he fights his way down, maybe to about the 11-yard line. Who does big old number 93 getting off
5. Number 10, Dante Smith.
It was 98-93. It was Quan Torrey along with Andy Liu making the play for the Southside defense. Under 3 minutes to go here in the
Second
ballgame.
and 5 for the Yellow Jackets from the 10-yard line of the Mavericks.
A second down, 2nd and 5. They get a first down at the 5-yard line. Yellow Jackets do something too that's kind of different. I'll talk about it after this play. As Watson takes a snap, here's a handoff to his inside back, going to fight his way down to about the 7-yard line. That's Cameron Smith. They've taken every snap tonight
21, Cameron.
under
On
center. Of
carry.
course, that's the type of offense they run, but you don't see that a
Down
lot
3,
in
3rd and 2.
high school or college football anymore. Everybody pretty much runs from the pistol. I go back to a story one time. I could tell you about 2 really good Razorback quarterbacks that really struggled doing that. Number 1, Tyler Wilson really struggled taking the ball from center. And we played a game against Brandon Allen, the Bateville Bulldogs, several years ago, tried to take the ball from under center on 4th down and fumbled it. So it's something you got to work on. By all means, there's a handoff to Smith, going to get a first down inside the 10-yard line.
Dante Smith on the carry.
Southside defense makes a good play there getting in. I believe that was number 93, Andy Liu again, making the play for
First and goal for the
Southside
Yellow Jackets
defense.
from the 4-yard line of the Mavericks.
Got 1:45 to go here in the ball game. And Southside going to win this one. Got a 35-zip lead. Probably just going to try to run out the clock if they can. Obviously, being a continuous clock here. Here's a handoff to Smith. Going to find his way down to the goal line. Let's see. He's going to mark him just short. And a good job by the Southside second team defense coming in there and trying to keep him out of the end zone. As Perez will check in, the junior defensive lineman. Got 1:18 to go here. It will be second down, second goal from the 2-yard line for the Yellow Jackets. Again, they'll have 2 backs, actually really 3 backs. They go with a wing back and then kind of a T formation. Here's a handoff to Smith. And they'll get the touchdown.
3-yard touchdown run for number 10, Dante Smith of the Yellow Jackets.
It's Dante Smith gets the touchdown, and now they've got some positive to build on as they'll keep the clock running here with 45 seconds to go here. That's always good to see, too, that you get a little bit of positive out there.
Reset the game clock back to 45 seconds.
And we've got fireworks going on. I know the guy's been waiting all night to do that. But, Southside's really had some moments.
Reset the game clock to 45 seconds.
They're able to do something. And now they're going to set the game clock back to 45 seconds as they let a little bit of time run off. So attempt the extra point here. Ball is down. Your kick is up.
Point after.
Your kick by Braden Maddox.
By number 4, Braden Maddox. Good.
And they're able to do things here like Southside does. They're able to turn the lights on and off. It always scares me when that happens.
45 seconds to play in.
I've seen too many times where they turn the lights off and they won't come back on.
But, Southside Mavericks 35.
As I said earlier, they've got the kind of lights here, those ones that like they have at Hunts Park, where they actually shine down and shine up, so you're able to not lose the ball in the lights like you might. And it's really a lot of lighting here, so that's really no issue. It's really fairly nice little stadium. We've actually been in a spot, kind of disappointed that my color guy Terrell King couldn't be here because we were actually able to call the game. We've got everything set up kind of on a side area fence here. I was actually going down in the crowd and do the game, but the PA guy pretty much just drowned me out, so I wasn't able to do that. But it's always fun to be able to come to a game here because we get to. It's kind of like it was in the old days when Springdale had the press box
Maddox
on.
Kicking off
The
for the
visitor
Yellow
side,
Jackets.
you really get to kind of interact with the crowd just a little bit, which is a lot of fun. Which we don't get to do that a lot, but that's what makes doing the job I get to do. That's what makes it so much fun, is getting to come to different places, getting to see things and do things that you normally wouldn't see. Here's the kickoff. It's going to be returnable. He's at the 10-yard line, at the 15-yard line. Will be hit and dropped at the 20-yard line. Last week we had a return to start the second half by Demarion West for a touchdown. As we've got 34 seconds to go here in the ball game, and it looks like Southside. I'll be surprised if they even try to run another play. As Coach Dameron got his team on the sideline talking to him. We're down to 24 seconds here. And I think Coach is going to let the clock run out.
Ladies and gentlemen, no spectators on the field until after Both teams finish shaking hands and separate to their opposite ends.
There'll be 10 seconds to go here as Southside's going to let the clock run out. That's going to be your ball game.
And congratulations, Southside, on your victory.
Southside wins the ball game tonight 35-7.
Final score.
A ball game tonight where it really came out. Did some good things in the first half. Had a couple of penalties, which bogged them down a little bit. Were able to jump to a 21-zip halftime lead. Wynne did a pretty good job in the first half of controlling the football at times, but just Southside stepped up when they had to step up to make plays and were keeping the score at zip. Second half, they came out. First possession for Wynne. They go 3 and out. Southside's first possession. Get a quick touchdown. Then on the next possession, Southside came out with about 4 guys in the backfield, hit the running back, forced a fumble inside the 15-yard line. Southside gets the ball, takes it in for another touchdown.
Yellow Jacket fans next week.
Within 5 minutes, Southside is in the mercy rule, which is a good thing. They're able to get a lot of young men a chance to get in and play some. And again, give credit to the big defensive line, John Parkinson, Andrew Reeder, Quan Torrey, Nathan Clark played great tonight. Backers did a good job. Peyton Zimmerman, big ball game tonight. The big guys on the front line, another great job tonight. Quarterback, Carter Zimmerman just gets better each week with his passing, his reads. Running backs, Isaac Gregory, Amari Tucker. Grayson York, big game tonight with 2 touchdowns. Great effort from the Mavs. They win this ball game tonight 35-7. Remember, we're off next week. We'll have a week to kind of get healed up just a bit. We'll come back in 2 weeks as the Rogers Mounties will come to town. That's going to be one of the biggest games in the 7A in the state next week. In 2 weeks. Hope a lot of people will come out and see this team. This team is a whole lot of fun to watch. It's a culmination of a bunch of sophomores who are now seniors stepping up big and really kind of passing the early tests. So hope everybody can come out in 2 weeks to Jim Rollins Stadium to see the Mavs play again. They win 35-7. Hope everybody has a great weekend and go Mavs.